All right, does anyone know what kind of crop this is?
A whole bunch of
Little sunflowers.
It's kind of like a chaos garden, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a little bit of everything. And so I have grass-fed cattle. And most corn-fed cattle, guess what they eat? Come on, what a corn-fed cattle. Where I need some grade school kids because they'll answer better than this. But no. Corn-fed, they only eat one thing. Corn. They only eat corn. And guess what corn does to a cow's liver? It'll kill the liver. So guess what we got to give, or we used to do it, you have to give them antibiotics.
Oh no.
And so now your food's getting antibiotics, and what happens to you guys? You're constantly getting antibiotics. Also now this great thing doesn't work as good. Out here, my cows get a smorgasbord. All right, it's absolutely, do you guys want to eat the same thing every day? Absolutely not. I go to the pizza ranch, guess what I eat? The awesome salad bar you have, the chicken, I mean, pizza I usually have one slice, that's about it, but everything else, and I love that. That's what's so great about a pizza place, or pizza ranch, I should say, right, John? All right, but my cows will come out here. All the cows and calves are over in that pasture down there, but they'll come out here, and you literally will not see them for about the first 5 days. Because this stuff, by the time they get out here, is going to be that tall. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take this warm season grasses, because corn and sorghum Sudan, that's warm season. All right, they're going to take these tops off, and then all of a sudden down below, you're going to see all the stuff growing down below. So I got different levels. I have soil health up high, and then all of a sudden I have stuff on the bottom exposed, and they get to eat that too. But we will, like the buffalo, go ahead and take a bite of that. It's actually not too bad if you put a little olive oil. They are spicy, but you can eat them. But a little olive oil, a little garlic on the skillet, that's great. But no, so the cows will run through here. They'll trim the tops off, and then the bottoms will, everything underneath will start growing too. And we will, like the buffalo that used to roam the countryside, they would be in tight little packs. Because guess what was after them? Predators. Predators. That's why they, and I guarantee you, they do not eat where they poop. They don't like that. I don't like that. So they were tight, and they would go to this spot and then that spot, and they would move from spot to spot and rarely ever come back to the same spot to graze for almost a whole year. It's kind of the same thing here. The lines we have, that's where the fencing will be, so we can literally make a 2-acre paddock every day, and we'll move them from spot to spot to spot. You'll get animal impact, but then you give it a rest. You know, everyone needs the rest, so does the soil. You can't chronically disturb it. So we'll move spot to spot. I think there's going to be either 18 or 21 paddocks in this field, and we'll fly through it at pretty much a paddock a day for the first month. And then as we get later in the year, we'll slow down a little bit, and they'll get to stay out here. Probably they'll be out here all of October, November, and then early December they might move a little closer. But realistically, even like water, they don't consume much water when they're out here because there's so much moisture in all these plants. And there is kale out here. That's not kale.
Tom, what is this?
That is sun hemp. Guess where that came from? Jamaica. So literally doing all these different species. Of course, the sunflowers, millet, sorghum Sudan, red clovers, there's buckwheat in here. There's actually 19 different species because I want my cow, you know, I do grass finish, and I always thought, oh, there's some secret recipe. You know what the recipe is?
Everything.
Everything. Diversity. Just like in town, I don't want just the pizza place. I want the taco place. And I want the Asian place, and I want all different kinds of food to make me healthy. I think, Sue, you said a good job of that, of diverse. Eat a lot of different things. Don't just,
Jamaica sunflower seeds out of the sunflowers?
No, I didn't.
Jamaica?
Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, all right. But this field, we'll be blooming the sunflowers. The other 2 sunflower fields, people have come out and looked. In about another week, and then you can see sunflowers out here, about another week or so, they're gonna really start popping up. And it's so fun to watch these cows come out here because they'll go up to them, and once they're big, and they'll wrap their tongue. Their tongue is pretty dang long, and they love the tops because it's full of oil, full of protein. Their coats on their fur will get the most shiny, beautiful, and that's, what's that?
They think they went
Oh,
to heaven.
absolutely, absolutely. And my cows would rather be out here all winter long. They don't like the wind. They're not fans of the wind. And guess what everyone has done? Farmers and city people. What do we do to trees? We cut them down. Man, plant trees. Plant trees. I have oak trees dying. I have pine trees dying. And I don't know why. Except I have a feeling Mother Nature is, why is she yelling at us? She's screaming at us. So we need to do something different. So every year I try and plant more and more trees. Because that wind, like the cattle, if there's a wind block in the middle of winter time, they're fine. It can be 30 below and they'll stay out here instead of going to the shed. Now if it's 10 degrees and windy, they do not like the wind.
That's why they all huddle around.
They all huddle around, they get in tight, and really my favorite cow or breed of cow is one that stays out here. I don't care, black, white, whatever. The one that stays out here and works and does its own work, that's what I want. And that's really with people too, so. Mark?
What's your major market for sunflowers? Are they
Well,
seed or oil? Confection?
actually these are dual, well, not these, but the other 2 fields, they're dual purpose. They can go for confection or, yep, either or.
You do both.
So it's a hybrid, and that's what that is. These ones, I think, I'm not even sure what they're. It's like
Are these wild?
cover. No, it's
Wild type of sunflower? It's not the same.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not that smart.
It's a different variety.
Do you buy this as a pre-seed?
No,
Mixed, or
no,
you mix
I mix everything myself.
What do you mix it in? Or
Tenders. I got large augers, tenders, and we'll mix things together.
So, okay, dumb question. Does the dirt in this field do the same thing as the dirt in this?
Oh, yeah.
This?
Yep.
Because when you pulled the turnips, there was no dirt.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad you said turnip because every single turnip that I've ever pulled up, I can find a worm.
Really?
Every single one. I don't know if you guys found it. Pull a turnip right now and see if there's a worm on the bottom.
You're telling the worm lady? I do not like worms.
Well,
Not accept them.
but what I'm saying is, the wildlife, my livestock, which is worms, love those, and I want that because what does that worm do for me? They burrow holes, and when it rains, instead of running off and flooding town, it infiltrates. And so I really love worms.
But
They're-
your commercial plot isn't going to be the same, right?
What's that?
Your commercial plot? Or corn?
Well, the conventional sweet corn,
Conventional.
it would be the same thing. This is a conventional field too. I have used chemicals out here this year. I don't have everything organic because it's not. I don't have total control or I don't own it. And so for me as a farmer, it's pretty scary to go through all that work and not be able to say that I can guarantee I have that next year. Because with landlords, things change and rent goes up and prices look huge. Well, inputs are too. Inputs are even bigger than the prices we're getting. So, and then if you look over there, there's a whole bunch of flags. Yesterday we brought the farmers out and we made them work. Instead of just talking to them, we gave them some homework and they had to go out and pick and tell us what that plant was. And for a guy that plants, farmers that plant corn, soybeans, it's kind of,
About 6 worms in there, but
there's about 6 worms, huh? Right there. But this is literally full of holes, if you can see that. I know yesterday we had Gabe Brown out here and he's like, oh my gosh, your worms are incredible. And they are. And when I was younger, when we first started on this, my dad, Mike, would dig a hole for us to do tile, and I'd jump in that hole with a shovel, and I could never find worms, and then the soil smelled stale and dead. Now, guess what? Now I jump in there, it smells like a good cup of coffee, it smells fantastic, and I can find worms and I can take grandkids fishing. So, but in another week or so, everyone's welcome to always come out here. I literally have done podcasts where I come out in something like this and I just lay down. Does anyone know ever heard of grounding? Tell you what, it's hard to beat in something like this. You come out and just sit down, relax, and life's miseries kind of fade away and you are one in nature. So you are welcome to do it. The only thing I've always asked people is pick up your trash. Don't leave any garbage around because then stuff like this can't happen.